I'll be your teacher this quarter, Mrs. Gunnysack. But call me Helen. Miss Gunnysack's my mother's name. Enough horsing around. It's time to get down to business. What business am I talking about? The business of theater.
According to budget cuts, all schools have been forced to cut back on all non-essential subjects, including, but not limited to,
history, English lunch, and drama. This year's restrictions will be even tighter than in previous years, resulting in quite a low number of class sessions. And, of course, by low number, I mean one. Yes, you there. Josie.
Are you saying today's class is the only day we'll be learning drama?
Yes. And because class times have also been cut, this period will only last 20 minutes.
What?
Now, that's enough hubbub.
I also have some additional news.
Oh, class, this is my student teacher, Miss Kinkletail, here to confirm my immense brilliance. Oh, as I was saying, Principal Trolley-Bottom has informed me that there is a school-wide assembly at noon. And because November is National Shakespeare Awareness Month, this class has been assigned to present a Shakespeare play to the entire student body. Class, what did I say before about the hubbub? Yes,
Josie,
Josie.
so you're saying we only have 20 minutes to put together an entire play?
Yes, that, and our time at the assembly is only 10 minutes. Now, before you get all frizzled, as I've heard the rap singer say, let me tell you this. I have learned many crucial things throughout my years of theater. The crucialest among them is to always make the most of what you're given. So, while you only have 18 minutes to rehearse a full-length play you'll end up performing during a 10-minute period, well, that's no obstacle for a true thespian. No. Pressure is where the dramatic thrive. And by golly, we're gonna put on the best darn play this school has ever seen!
This school has never done a play before.
Now who's with me? Well, you're all with me because it's required. Okay, let's get started because the time is out of joint. For those of you unfamiliar, I just made an amusing Shakespeare reference. That may happen from time to time. What can I say? It's in my blood.
Out, damn Scott! Out, I say! Ha ha ha!
Okay, class, we're running short, so first things first.
What play will we perform?
After much self-deliberation, I have made my choice. Many of you are already familiar with the play I have chosen because it was made into a popular film starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Forlani. That's right, folks. I'm talking about the greatest tragedy of star-crossed lovers of the 16th century, Romeo and Juliet. Because we don't have time to discuss the plot in depth, I will simply pass out scripts and we'll begin rehearsing. Who would like to help me? Oh, thank you. Pass these out, please. I'm Janine, and I just want to say that I'm really excited for this performance.
It's nice to meet you, Janine.
And might I say, you've got some pep in your step.
Thanks.
You've got some jump in your rump.
Thanks, man.
In fact, I can already picture you in one of the roles.
You can?
Let me tell you this. Have you ever heard of a character's name, Juliet?
Yes, I have.
And have you ever heard of Juliet's servant?
Yes,
Oh, if you do especially well handing out those scripts, that role might just have jellyfish written all over it.
Janine.
Okay, class, as the scripts are being passed out, I want you to take 20, 30 seconds and skim the play. Get a feel for it.
I'll put on some music to help us get in the mood.
Perfect, problem solved.
She forgot the hall pass.
Class, I have another very important guest to introduce you to. Students, this is Miss Whipplestick. She was sent from the school board. Miss Whipplestick is what the school district calls
A decency monitor.
yes. She will make sure everything we include in this performance is up to the school district's decency standards. Is that correct, Mrs. Whipplestick?
Now, I've been informed that Mrs. Whipplestick was injured in a tragic skiing accident and has lost her voice. So, she'll be using a special, instrument to communicate with us. Is that right, Mrs. Whipplestick?
Oh, that must mean yes. How do you say no? Oh, so 2 honks means no. And 1 honk means yes. And 3 honks means maybe. Oh. Okay, class, we're running short on time. Does anybody have any questions before we rehearse the greatest love story of all time? Oh, yes.
Love?
Indeed, the greatest love of all.
Love?
Quite so. Romeo and Juliet are history's most timeless lovers, second to only Brad and Angelina.
My girlfriend. Mine.
Never you worry, young man. Your beautiful girlfriend won't really fall in love with a small, unpopular student. What's your name again?
Larry.
Larry. It just doesn't happen in real life. In theater, we use our craft to fake what isn't real. For example, students, last year I was in a musical where I played a 16-year-old girl. Well, now do I look 16?
No, you don't look 16.
Yes, Josie.
Cecile?
Yes.
The back of my script doesn't have a character's name. It just says assistant director.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. You have one of the most instrumental jobs in the class. You will be my right-hand woman. You will be my eyes and ears. You will be the glue that holds together 2 pieces of wood as it keeps the 2 pieces from falling apart, therefore being stuck together with the glue. Are you ready to take on this job? Are you ready?
I think I'm supposed to be a bio right now.
Then let's get to it! Come up here and shadow me at all times. Say shadow.
Yeah.
Okay, class, it's time to get underway. Assistant, what does the beginning of the play say?
Prologue.
Good. And whose script says prologue on the back of it?
I'm prologue.
Okay. Since we don't have time at the assembly to recite the entire prologue, I'm going to need you to condense it to about 10, 15 seconds. So I'm going to have you recite the entire section extremely fast. Do you think you can do it? Come up here and try it. As fast as possible. Go. 2 household faster. 2 household faster. 2 house faster. 2 house. Okay, that's enough. You're not an actor, are you?
No. Do you have any special skills?
I do art.
We can work with that.
Who else here is an art student trying to fulfill some sort of requirement by taking drama? Perfect. You 3 come up with an artistic interpretation of the prologue. Make sure it only lasts 15 seconds.
Are you looking for something postmodern or impressionist?
Maybe some Renoir? All of those sound good. Do those. Your name again?
Cecile.
Cecile. What's next?
Scene 1.
Who are the characters?
Gregory, Samson, and Abraham.
Beautiful. Who is my Gregory, Samson, and Abraham?
Me?
Which are you?
All?
Oh, I suppose that was intentional of me.
Maybe there's not enough students to fit all the parts.
So you would be playing the parts of both Gregory and Samson and Abraham.
Okay.
In order to distinguish among the characters, I will need for you to use slightly different accents for each one.
Yes.
Beautiful. Shaquille?
Cecile.
Next scene.
they fight. Benvolio enters, they fight. Tybalt enters, they fight.
Beautiful. Who is my Benvolio?
Benvolio.
And who is my Tilt?
Benvolio.
Yes. Thank you. And my Tybalt? Oh, yes. Josie, what's your question?
I'm playing Tybalt.
Yes. Congratulations! Okay, class, we'll have to choreograph a quick sword fight here. Yes. Boys and girls, the school district now considers Elizabethan fencing to be a direct endorsement of
In-school knife fighting.
Therefore, we'll have to
Replace it with something else.
Let's see. Do any of you dance? Ah, yes. I will need for you to put together an interpretive dance that represents the fight sequence. Good. Cellophane?
Cecile.
What's next?
Juliet prepares for the party.
Juliet's servant. We are just about to begin your scene.
Hello, Principal Trolleybottom.
Everyone say hello to Principal Trolleybottom.
Hello, Principal Trolleybottom.
Good morning, students. Helen, Janine here tells me that you took away the role of Juliet from her for no reason.
Principal Trolleybottom. I don't know if you're familiar with the play Romeo and Juliet, but the role of Juliet is very much overrated.
Most scholars consider her to be nothing but Romeo's foil.
Take Juliet out of the play. It doesn't really affect the plot. On the other hand, Juliet's servant is the literal blood of the play. She has a soliloquy in Act 1, Scene 3 that holds such beauty, such grace, such je ne sais quoi. It would bring an entire audience to tears. Now, Josie, listen closely. Are you listening?
Janine.
La. Can you hear me when I'm speaking to you?
Yes?
Over the next few minutes, I need you to dive into these lines and explore the life of this character. You will become Juliet's servant. You will breathe the air she breathes. You will smell the smell she smells. You will clean the toilets she cleans. And when you are done, when you have inhabited Juliet's servant soul, when you are ready for your spotlight, you will shine! Yes, ma'am?
I stand corrected.
Indeed. Who else is in the scene? Celsius?
Juliet, Lady Capulet, and Juliet's nurse.
Okie dokie. Who is my Lady Capulet? Yes. And who is my nurse? Anyone? That's odd. Oh, Principal Trolleybottom! Could you please lend a hand?
No.
We need you to play the nurse.
I can't.
You can.
I'm quite certain that I can't.
You can.
Isn't the nurse a female?
Not necessarily.
Nowadays, nurses can be male or female.
Haven't you seen Grey's Anatomy?
Well, no, but
Principal Trolleybottom. There's a reason they call it must-see TV. If it were optional, they'd call it must-see TV, unless you're unavailable that night. Irregardless, it's important for you to know that in theater, there is no gender.
oh, of course. I would love to have
Oh, thank you so much, Principal Trolleybottom! On behalf of the entire student body, I thank you. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Now, sir, please take the next few minutes and rehearse your lines. Secretary,
Yes, ma'am.
what's next?
The costume party.
Yes. Okay, folks, because of our time constraints, I've had to make some difficult decisions. We'll have to do a musical interlude to replace the scene. Who here is good with music? Yes. I will need for you to put together a short piece that says this is a party. Oh, I like that. Mrs. G. That's very hip. How much time is left in class?
9 minutes.
Oh, we gotta focus, people, focus! We're Romeo and Juliet! Okay, you two, step forward. Because of our time constraints, I've had to change your lines in the scene. You will say those lines move towards each other, kiss, and then... Yes. We'll have to alter the kissing somehow.
According to the school board, first base is a gateway base.
So I will need for you to think of a replacement for kissing. Be creative.
No kissing?
No kissing.
No kissing.
Soup nuts?
Yes,
What's next?
the balcony scene.
Yes, the balcony scene. Okay, folks, because of our lack of budget, we are unable to construct a balcony, or any set for that matter. So we'll have to think on our feet here. Do I have any losers in the group? More specifically, losers in the engineering. You two, that dropped your hand. You're into what exactly?
I'm just socially awkward.
Good. So, my engineers, I will need for you to construct a balcony. What? Whatever you can find. Time check?
7 minutes.
Oh, we gotta hustle, people. Hustle, next scene.
Friar, Lawrence, and Romeo.
Who is my friar, Lawrence?
Me?
Who said that?
Me? I don't really want to be here.
Of course you do. Everyone wants to do theater. Without people wanting to do theater, there would be no theater at all. And without theater, old people would have nowhere to go at night. Is that what you want? Do you want your grandmother to die of boredom?
No, ma'am.
Then here's what you're going to do. Friar Lawrence's speeches are so long, and he likes to rhyme, so I'm gonna have you say the last word of each line. The audience should understand the meaning of your dialogue, even though you're only delivering 1/10 of the word in each line.
Okay, but this is my...
You can do it! You can do anything you put your mind to.
I guess so.
I know so.
All you need to do is remember this. Keanu Reeves gets paid to act. What's next, Staple Gun?
Sybil slays Mercutio and Romeo slays Sybil. Slang isn't allowed.
So, dancers?
Drama.
Marvelous. Because of our time at the assembly, I've had to make some slightly major changes to the script. It can sometimes take Shakespeare a whole 5 minutes to explain how poison works. So I have rewritten the rest of the play in my own words. Actually, I'll be honest with you. Dancing with the Stars season finale was on, so my son did most of the writing for me. Yes, Josie.
Oh, you actually Anyway, isn't rewriting the entire second half of the play illegal?
That is a fine question, and it has an interesting answer. But since we're pressed for time, I'll give you an abbreviated version of it. Since Shakespeare died so long ago, anyone can legally do whatever they want to his plays. For instance, in this situation, it was quite legal for my 12-year-old and I to improve Shakespeare's flawed writing. What was once long and drawn out is now quick, intuitive, and far more meaningful. I think if Shakespeare were alive today, he'd be quite pleased, nay, grateful.
You're really cocky.
So everything in your script has been rewritten from the wedding arrangement with Paris to the double suicide at the end.
Ooh, double suicide is a big no-no in our school district.
Relax! I've changed the plot of the end just a little bit. Not too much, though. It'll still be just as powerful. Probably far more powerful. The audience might learn an important lesson about life.
Miss Gunsack,
Yes.
we're almost out of time.
Oh, you were right, my goodness, you were right. Okay, focus on life. I want you to use your strengths as well as the skills you've honed in the last 20 minutes. Use your creativity to fill the gaps we haven't yet worked on. Make sure to have all of your lines memorized and use whatever costume I give you. Remember, class, I want you to be both spectacular and brilliant. I want you to illuminate the stage with your brilliance. I want to see the audience leap to its feet in glorious celebration. And if you don't, since this is your only grade for the year, I'll fail you. What? Any questions? None? Great. Break the leg, everyone! Count team!
And as a result, toilet paper will no longer be made available in school bathrooms. Moving on from disciplinary business upwards, something more along the lines of show business, if I may. Today we have a special treat. In honor of Shakespeare Awareness Month, Miss Bunny Sack's Drama 1 class will be performing a play for us this evening. And while I don't wish to give too much away, you might just see a familiar face in the cast. This performance is especially exciting because, as I am told, it will be performed exactly the way it was back in Shakespeare's time. A little peek into history for all of us. What a treat. So, without further ado, please put your hands together for Romeo and Juliet.
So, there are these two houses, and they look alike, and they fight a lot. Then they give birth to these two baby houses. And then the baby houses die. And at the end, the big houses make up.
Quickly, on their wares, we're not casting goals. No, for then we should be courtiers. If Doggins here someone to kill, you see. Draw fight rule. Here comes to the house of the Montagues. I would back my thumb and say, which is he disguised to say, if she buried. Do you bite your thumb or does sir? I do bite my thumb, sir. Do you bite your thumb or does sir? No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I bite my thumb, sir. You lie!
Rebellious subjects, enemies to the peace, on pain of death, all men depart.
Hey. Is the day so young? Yes. I mean, sad hours seem long. I know.
Hey! Benvolio. Just to let you know, in order to retain my position as status editor, vows need a minimum 2.0 GPA, so, but it's not Elvis class. We're
Alas, that love so gentle in its views, so tyrannous and rough and cruel.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still, should without eyes see pathways to his will.
There's gonna be a party, and I'm selling drinks. I'm selling drinks.
I'll go along. No such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in some splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her to me. Where is this girl? Juliet!
How now? Who calls?
Your mother. She must be upset about your
Report card.
Madam, I'm here. What is your will? The value in Paris seeks you
A man, young lady, such a man. Why, all the world, he's a man of wax.
Speak briefly, can you like a Paris's love?
I'll look to like, if looking like you move.
Mom, the guests are come. Supper served up. You palm. My young lady asked for. My nurse toast in the pantry. Everything in extremity. I hence to wait. I beseech you, prostrate.
Follow thee.
I came with my worthiest head, this holy shrine, and just as fine as this. My lips, two blushing pilgrims ready stand, to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which manly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Oh then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. Thus were my lips by yours. My sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips? O trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madam, your mother craves a word with you. Perhaps she's upset because you need to finish your
Homework. What is her mother?
Her mother is the lady of the house.
Is she a Capulet? Oh dear Count, my life is my most debt!
His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love sprung from my only hate, too early seen unknown, and known too late.
But soft, while light through yonder window breaks, it is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? I'll be some other name. What's in a name by which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet?
I take thee at thy word. Henceforth there never shall be Romeo.
Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Reels, wheels, I, dry, hours, flowers, tomb, womb, kind, find, excellent, different, lies, qualitize, live, give, use, abuse, misapply, dignify, flower, power, part, heart, still, will, predominant, plant.
Good morrow, Father.
Been a deceit? Me? Head, bed, eye, lie, brain, rain, assure, distemperature, right, tonight.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. I tell thee as we pass, but this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Here, dear, lies, eyes, brine, Rosaline, waste, taste, clears, ears, sit, yet thine, Rosaline, then, men.
Well, let us hence. I stand on sudden haste.
Fast, haste,
By my head, here come the Capulets.
By my heel, I cannot.
You stepping?
Oh, I'm stepping.
I really wish you refrain from stepping.
Romeo is banished!
I'm banished.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
killed your cousin.
Oh. Why?
Vengeance.
Oh. Gotcha.
So I gotta go.
Before you do, can we, you know,
Sure. Off to Mantua.
see you soon?
Probably.
On Thursday, you're marrying Paris.
Nuh-uh.
Oh yeah? Tell it to Dad.
On Thursday, you're marrying Paris.
Nuh-uh.
Yo-huh.
So,
I'm gonna kill myself.
I've got a better idea.
Sock it to me.
Drink this fake poison.
Fake poison?
Fake poison. It'll make you look like you're dead, but you won't be.
Seriously?
Yes.
But what about Romeo?
I'll tell
Promise?
him. Yes.
Pinky swear? Rock on.
Indeed.
Laheim. She's dead. She's dead.
This hasn't been the best week.
So, I got good news and bad news.
Bad news first.
Juliet's dead.
What? No! What's the good news?
I bruised my elbow. Wait, shoot. There's no good news.
This really sucks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be with her.
Wait, did she leave you a note or anything, you know, in case you take poison or something?
No. Suicide poison, please.
Real kind and fake kind.
Real.
$40.
That's highway robbery.
Why do you care? You're buying a suicide poison.
Touche.
Say, did you give Romeo that letter I gave you?
What? No, you never gave me a letter.
Yes, I did. I said, Friar John, be sure Romeo gets this letter.
No, you told me Friar Hunt for sure, jail. Here's a bad
You're an idiot.
Fair enough.
I'm Paris, let's fight.
I'd rather not, but if you insist.
I insist.
Okay.
Oh, this month, all girls don't be like this. You just been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that. 'Cause ain't no holler back, girl, ain't no holler back, girl. You just been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that. 'Cause ain't no holler back, girl, ain't no holler back, girl.
Yep, she's dead. I'll join her.
What the? Did Romeo just... I thought you drink poison, but this is just flat Mountain Dew.
Seriously? Well, I'll be. Good thing I kept the receipt.
But look, we're both alive.
Hey, nice. I guess I learned my lesson.
Me too. Wanna kiss?
Seriously? Okay. No, Kevin! You ain't a picture with buddy, butt bang, kissing you in my
I'm glad you didn't kill yourself.
Me too, because suicide is wrong.
It sure is. And so is all this feuding between our families. Hey, I've got an idea. How about we get our families to set aside our differences?
That's a great idea.
Hey, everybody. Yes? How about we all get along? Montagues, Capulets, let's put an end to this horrible feud. Let's be friends.
A gloomy peace this morning with the drinks. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished. For never was there a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
A very important announcement to make. Everyone gets A+.
I just got a call from the school board. They heard about your performance, and they've decided to put funding back into drama.